Oh my gosh, it's not a joke. A highly shocking declaration says that New York City is going all in on Pakistan. The former Vice President of the United States spoke at a Bitcoin conference, and XRP, it finally happened. I told you it would happen at some point. Hey, wonderful individuals, send out those positive vibes and press that like button because likes are free. Don't say I didn't warn you about the free likes. Let's get started. XRP is now at $2.25, which is down 2.7% from the day before. It looks like everyone at the Bitcoin conference is losing money at the craps and roulette tables. And then they have to sell their Bitcoin investments because they don't have any money left. I am not there. Is that right? I told you maybe next year, but I promised myself that I would start going to conferences from now on. I'll give it a shot. Once again, it's something I thought I would do, but on the other hand, I don't want to leave my family in the condition we're in today, so it's like, I'm being tugged in both directions. I saw that everyone is in Las Vegas. I want to go, but yeah, that's how things are right now, but it's fine. Well, I can offer you the greatest information now because I'm not at the casino all night. Is that right? Right now, Bitcoin is worth 107,338. It was fun. A lot of people in the market were waiting for the Nvidia results. That had an effect on the stock market. And we saw in the video from earlier tonight that the stock market and the Bitcoin and crypto market were acting the same way. It looked like everyone was noticing that we were all marching together. Will Nvidia, one of the biggest firms on the market, go down or make a lot of money? They make a lot of money, and now it's up, which took some of the burden off, but crypto is still a little behind, so I suppose it might have anything to do with the conference, and isn't that right? I read that there are about 30,000 people there, so, a lot of these traders aren't trading, they're doing other things which could be hurting the markets. So after the conference is complete, it will be interesting to see what occurs in the next 24 to 48 hours. We also talked about the FTX money that will be pouring in here on Friday. Are we in a scenario where individuals are getting ready to sell in May and leave? Because it's almost May, we'll see about that too. As always, I won't tell you to buy, sell, or hold, because I don't know what the market will do from one day to the next. You have to choose what is best for you. Of course, this isn't financial advice. Do your own research before you decide to invest. And hey, listen, our partner BTCC will let you apply leverage and take advantage of the market if you want to. When you sign up with my link, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus on deposits above 500 USDT. You could also get up to $10,000 more depending on how much you trade. You can start with a demo account and see if you like it or not. You will learn how to use leverage before the bull market or the banana zone starts. Is that right? Some people already think we're in a bull market, the altcoin season. Is that right? And please, please, please trade responsibly. I've made a lot of money, but I've also lost a lot of money. This whale James has gone up $80 million in the last 2 days and is now down. You can make a lot of money, but you can also lose it. You need to be very careful. And don't forget that even though BTCC has been operational for 13 years, we've seen exchanges close. We've seen them go and fix them. We've seen them close deals. So please read the terms of service. Make sure you know what the risk and the reward are. If you do utilize my link, I'll get a small commission. No KYC, and the link is in the description below. Now let's talk about some interesting news. At the Bitcoin conference, Vice President J.D. Vance said, "We do not believe Bitcoin competes with the US dollar. Bitcoin will become an essential asset for the United States in terms of strategy. They don't think of it as something that could replace the dollar. They think of it as a tool to help the currency stay strong. That's what they think. Just like gold helps, you know, when I would talk to my dad about Bitcoin instead of fighting." And this was, I'm talking about 6 or 7 years ago, he claimed that part of his difficulty was that he said, "Well, listen, there is something that backs the US dollar. It is supported by gold. Isn't that right?" Because I would ask him, "What makes the dollar worth something?" You answer, "Well, it gets backed by gold. Isn't it? That's the price." Well, now Bitcoin is going to back the dollar, which is a big change from how things used to be. But that's just an interesting idea, and I've been talking to him about it, and he's getting ready. As the years go by, he gets more and more angry as he sees more of the US government and Trump. He is feeling a little more sure of himself. You know, he's approximately the same age as Trump, give or take. I realize Trump is older than him, but he's becoming better. He says, "Okay, I can do it too if Trump can." Is that right? If Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, can alter his opinion, I can too. You know, I can change my mind too if Fidelity can. I can alter my mind too if Jamie Dimon can. Is that right? So that's what we're seeing, I guess. Pakistan, or Pakistan, depending on how you say it, just said it would set up a strategic Bitcoin reserve. What a time to be alive. A huge country is going to set up a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We talked about how they had teamed up with or hired a former CEO of Binance, CZ, to be their advisor. It sounded like they were getting ready for something major. And now they might buy a lot of Bitcoin, which puts us in a situation where all of these things are happening, right? Maybe Texas will be next, and maybe more countries will follow. A lot of businesses are starting to buy Bitcoin. We're going to reach a point when there isn't much Bitcoin left on the market. Of course, that's the theory. We would see a potential liquidity shock, and then the price would go up because there isn't enough of it. But that's a long-term idea behind Bitcoin. And so, in theory, all the money will go back into the altcoin market because people will be looking for other ways to make money since Bitcoin would be hard to get at that point. That'll be really interesting.